Wait. Returns that need to happen! Oh my god! Why is this... Yeah, okay. Returns that need to happen. Let's see what kind of stuff he's cooking up right now, because I'll be honest, I don't know what he's gonna say. I'm about to, like, disagree with, like, half of these. Let's see what he got.
These 10 wrestlers need to return to WWE soon, starting with number 10, Wade Barrett. Okay.
But does he, though? He was perfect for his era. He's got... What is... How? I don't know how old he... How old is Wade Barrett? He's 44? This man is not coming back. He's just a little bit younger than Randy Orton. He's not coming back.
Yes, Wade Barrett has technically returned, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about an in-ring return. Now,
no, he
I'm
doesn't.
not expecting Barrett to pick up where he left off in 2016, but there's still opportunities for him.
No, there
for
isn't.
example, I think it'd be cool to see Barrett get involved on NXT, considering he was the winner of the show's first season. Seeing Barrett compete against the current roster could lead to some interesting matches and storylines. Or, what if Barrett started his own faction in NXT? I think that would be a great callback to the Nexus and stories and feuds. Plus,
you want him to come back to in-ring and be the leader of a group? Oh, I already regret this video.
Come on, wouldn't it be great to see Bad News Barrett again?
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it. I love when he does that.
Number 9, the Boogeyman.
What? Why? In this era?
You laugh, but I don't.
I do.
I think Boogeyman was a fun character, and he'd allow for more creative moments. I'm not saying I want him to wrestle.
Creative moments. What did he do those creative? What was one thing even memorable he did? He bit like some shit off a woman's face and ate worms. That was it. What are you talking about?
Every week and be in the main event, but I think there's a role for him as a reoccurring character.
No.
Like, what if a wrestler
Don't say Wyatt 6.
ran under the ring in the middle of a match and found Boogeyman under there? Or someone needed...
Dude, is this guy just this guy just lives in the PG era apparently. What the fuck?
a surprise tag team partner, and it was Boogie. I get that WWE and wrestling have evolved, but I think there's still room for more flashy and supernatural characters, and Boogeyman embodies that perfectly. Plus, the man is still in phenomenal shape and can still go.
If he says he's as old as he says he is.
So, come on. Number 8, Enzo Amore.
No.
Right. Okay. I know this is a bit of a controversial pick.
No.
Mostly because Enzo Amore himself is a controversial wrestler. Reports and stories have surfaced that he wasn't liked backstage.
No.
He kicked off a WWE bus during the tour. Of course, what ultimately led to Enzo's firing was when he was accused of assaulting a woman, although the charges were later dropped due to insufficient evidence. With all that said, Amore was a very entertaining person to watch. Remember
I don't
he
care.
hosted the entire cruiserweight division?
Listen, I liked him at the time. No, not coming back. No.
There weren't many people who could lay a verbal smackdown. Amore really stood out. Enzo doesn't even need to come back just to wrestle. Having him as a mouthpiece for someone would be great.
No.
I know that the chances of Enzo returning to WWE are next to zero, especially what happened at Survivor Series 2018.
Yeah!
However, I do think there's value that Amore could bring, but this next wrestler could bring just a bit more. Number 7, Mandy Rose.
Oh my god, dude! You are on a losing streak right now. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my god, you're killing me, man. What? What?
Here's another person who had their WWE career cut short due to backstage controversy. Mandy Rose made her main roster debut in late 2017 and had a solid 4-year run there.
What happened? Can you tell me one pay-per-view match? Huh? No, you can't. Because what?
However, Rose's career really picked up when she left the main roster and went to NXT. While this could seem like a demotion,
How? how'd it pick up? Did she get better in the ring? Did she get better at talking? Or did they just have to put the bell on her for fucking 400 days?
Really helped.
No!
Mandy changed her look and formed a new faction called Toxic Attraction. Within a few months, Rose won the NXT Women's Championship and held onto it for over a year. She was a good champion, and it seemed like it was...
I can't do this, man. I can't do this. What is this guy yapping about, bro? Are you serious?
a matter of time before Mandy Rose would be back on the main roster.
I can't think
However,
of...
one day
Shit.
after losing the...
I can't think of a more boring year-long reign with 0 bangers in his catalog. Like, no one else comes that close.
the title, Rose was fired from WWE. The reason was that
This is all very tough, and I don't blame her for this part at all. This is not her fault, but Jesus, man, no, she shouldn't come back.
Mandy Rose had a fan time account, basically the same thing as OnlyFans. While WWE isn't as PG as it once was, they still draw the line at adult content. Because of it, though, we missed out on seeing this version of Mandy Rose on the main roster. Not only that, but Toxic Attraction itself never got to go beyond NXT. I know WWE's women's division has moved on, but I feel like there's a spot for her and some unfinished business.
That's such a crazy thing to say. That is such a wild thing to say when you look at people like Stephanie Vakir, Jordan Grace, Jada Parker, Roxanne Perez, Julia, like to have all the Sol Ruka, Zaida, to say see all those people there, like Kalani Jordan, to see all those women there and think Mandy Rose also deserves to be in there. You are on crack, and I'm not listening to you, and I'm not giving you the pen.
That Mandy has to attend to. Number 6, Gail Kim.
Why?
Rose did get
Why?
time to shine. Gail Kim never got that.
Sure.
I know it's cliche to say, but Kim was part of the Raw era. During both her first...
Yes, it's very cliche to say at this point, but I don't know, man. She's old. she's retired. I don't think we need it in this era.
And more so her second run in WWE, Gail Kim was competing in the Divas era. This is when women weren't allowed to do much outside of catfights and hair pulling. That was such an underutilization of her skills. It's a shame because a few years after Gail Kim left, WWE's women's division did a complete 180.
Yes.
While Kim had phenomenal matches in TNA, I can't help but feel there have been a lot of other great matches that fans have missed out on. I don't expect WWE to rehire Gail Kim and make her the new face of their women's division. What I am saying is I think Kim could definitely have at least a handful of great matches against the modern women's roster. I also think there's a
I don't know
good
about
story there, with Kim coming back and getting the
Like a TNA Jazz kind of thing. I just don't see the need for it. It could, if you really wanted to, but like, you could bring any one of those women back from that time. Beth Phoenix could come back and have a run again. Like, I just don't see the need for her specifically.
her initial WWE run. Number 5, Matt Cardona.
Yeah, I would like to see him back. This is one I'd actually like to see him come back.
Formerly known as Zack Ryder, Cardona is almost an entirely different wrestler now when compared to what he was doing in WWE from 2007 to 2022. We always got little glimpses of what the man was capable of, thanks to stuff like his YouTube channel and the brief times WWE actually did utilize him. However, after his release in April 2022, Matt Cardona pretty much reinvented himself. He started wrestling all over the globe, as well as winning championships in just about every company he appeared in. Most importantly of all, though, Cardona's been able to let his personality shine. I'm not saying Cardona needs to come back and win the world title, no. But I think there's
You said this about everyone so far.
WWE right now. Kind of like how Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre left WWE and came back bigger stars.
Yeah, I'd put him with, like, in that group of like ideas of, like, you know, guys coming back. But I think it'd be more like, ooh. Would you guys kill me if I compare him to like a Tetsuya Naito of like coming back to like revenge, and just kind of like just in terms of storyline idea, right? In terms of like a gimmick, like Tetsuya Naito, where he comes back with a faction, with like a group, and tries to take over as much as he can. And if he's good enough in the ring, then maybe you could build him up to a world title stage. But yeah,
I think the same.
Or like a Minoru Suzuki.
Especially with Cardona's real-life wife, Chelsea Green, currently in WWE, I think there are a number of routes
that also helps.
Could take with a returning Zack Cardona Ryder. Speaking of someone who totally reinvented.
No! Was that Mustafa Ali?
Let's
Okay.
talk about
Jesus
number 4,
Christ. You scared me so bad. Don't do that to me, man. I mean, yeah, he could. I think there still needs to be enough time for him to like fully utilize like the position he was put into. There's still some stories you can tell within TNA and all that stuff but that is going on right now still. So I could see it. I think it was fucked up they got rid of him in the first place. So yeah, sure, why not?
Ali. During his final few years with WWE, it felt like the company valued Ali, but didn't know what to do with him. Like, remember when Ali randomly fought Randy Orton at a pay-per-view in 2019?
That was awesome.
It was awesome, but it seemed like WWE
See?
didn't know where to go. The best example of this, though,
Oh,
was,
fucking hell.
of course, the infamous Retribution storyline in 2020, where Ali was the leader of a group of masked vigilantes. It was a cool idea, but again, it didn't go anywhere, and the execution was horrible. However, I feel like now that Mustafa Ali is on his own and has more control over his character, we're seeing his true potential. I really like his In Ali We Trust gimmick that he's doing in TNA, and it's actually an idea Ali had while in WWE, but the writers decided not to go with it. I feel like WWE missed out, because it's been great to watch. Like I mentioned with Rhodes and McIntyre, maybe some time away from WWE is all Mustafa needs.
It is.
Now that Triple H is in charge, I would love to see if WWE could do something right with Ali.
He was let go when Triple H was in charge. That doesn't change shit.
Number 3, Paige and Sasha Banks.
Sasha. No, fuck them. Fuck them. They let her walk. They let her walk away. She doesn't need to come back. She could retire in AEW. She genuinely can. Paige. She can't do this. She literally cannot do this. What purpose would be for her to come back and wrestle?
Okay, I know I'm cheating, and this is kind of a random pairing, but I'll explain. First, I'd like to see Sasha Banks get another run in WWE. One, because her exit was so abrupt, with her walking out of the company in 2022.
Yeah, because they didn't fucking value her. Why should she come back?
Second, now that Triple H is in control, I think there are some new possibilities
No,
that
Triple
Sasha
H is in
may
control.
not have had before. On top of all that, the roster has changed and evolved, so seeing Banks feud and have matches with the current women's roster would open up
It'd be
a lot
great.
of possibilities. Now,
But you know,
Banks
AEW's women's
and
roster is still great too.
I definitely would rather see Paige return, mainly because of her career being cut so short. For those who don't know, in December 2017, Paige suffered a neck injury at a non-televised WWE show. Sadly, it forced Paige to retire from wrestling at the age of 25. But after leaving WWE and joining
Damn, she was
WWE,
young.
Paige recovered and was cleared to wrestle. This allowed her to return to the ring and have a run in AEW.
Any good matches?
Which went from 2022 to 2025. The fact that Paige's in-ring WWE career ended the way it did, and that she can now wrestle again, is a big reason I would love to see her return. Now, why I paired Paige and Sasha Banks together goes back to the injury that temporarily ended Paige's career. In case you didn't catch it, it was a kick from Sasha Banks.
I don't need to
that
see
caused
that
Paige to
again.
get injured
Fuck.
And forced her to retire. Considering everyone involved would be okay with that, I think this would set up a great storyline.
Ew. Ew. No.
Women return to WWE, you could have a great feud where Banks resented Sasha Banks for nearly ending her career. Paige could,
What'd she
you
say?
could have a great feud
What'd you
where
say?
Banks resented Sasha Banks.
Where Banks resented Sasha Banks? That's so gross. That's such a gross thing. You want what? So I should boo her because she doesn't like that she ended her career? It's like if Big E came back and was a heel towards Ridge Holland. Like, I'm not booing Big E. And I'm not... dude.
For nearly ending her career. Paige could be on a mission to end Sasha's career, and while Paige would be the villain, you could have some sympathy and see her argument. I know it gets touchy when you incorporate real-life events into wrestling, but that's what creates some of the best storylines.
Not like
I
that.
realized that AEW could have told this story too, since both Paige and Sasha were competing there simultaneously. However, since Paige's career-ending injury happened in WWE, I think it just makes it easier to tell that story if it's being told in the same place.
They mention stuff from WWE happening in WWE all the time, bro. There's a reason they haven't done it. Because it's a fucking stupid idea.
That it happened. While I wouldn't mind seeing one or the other back in WWE, I think having them there together and telling that story would be the best route.
Wow.
Another wrestler whose career was over way too short is number 2, AJ Lee.
Okay, she doesn't... Oh, sure, yes, I would like to, but she's not going to. She retired. She retired on her own, like, when she wanted to. She doesn't want to come back.
I know, I'm one of many who want to see AJ return,
Right?
but that's for good reason. Well, AJ didn't get forced into retirement. Her career
She just
had an
wanted
abrupt
to.
ending, and she never got a proper send-off. What makes it even sadder is that AJ Lee was one of the few bright spots during a time when WWE's women's division was in a dark place. She brought a lot of excitement to the division, and unfortunately, she left right when women's wrestling was starting to pick up. Just a few months after AJ Lee departed from WWE, the women's revolution began. Imagine the feuds and matches Lee could have had with wrestlers like Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Bayley, and more. Heck, think of all the phenomenal matches AJ could have now with rising stars like Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Lee
I'd love
might
it.
have the desire to come back.
I would
If she
like that.
does, now is the time. Before I share number one, here are a few honorable mentions.
Heath.
Maven. Okay. Okay, I know this is biased since I do work with Maven on his YouTube channel, so all I'm gonna say is
Really?
I think it'd be really cool to see Maven back as a commentator or manager or in some kind of on-screen role. Stardust. Hear me out. I'm
Oh my god, this is the worst video I've ever watched in my life.
not saying I want Cody Rhodes to return as Stardust. Rather, I want just Stardust to return. Does that make sense?
No.
I think it would be a great moment if Cody was talking on the mic and out of nowhere, we hear this.
It's like 2006 Kane again. Are we serious? Are we serious? Is this all it takes? I can't wait to read these comments.
Come on, that would be fun. Or take it a step further and have someone wrestle against Cody dressed as Stardust to play mind games on him. I just think it'd be an entertaining one-night return and help show how far Cody has come. Goldust. On the topic of Stardust, seeing Goldust back in WWE
He's like
once more
very
would be
much.
sweet.
Yes,
I know
I get that. I get that one, but he's very much said like a lot, like he's not going back. He's not going back.
Rhodes had an amazing match at Double or Nothing in 2019.
This is so
Just
dumb.
seeing
This is so
Goldust
dumb.
One more time, even if it's just a one-off appearance, would be awesome. Sin Cara. Yeah, I know. I'm the only person who would say this, but I like Sin Cara.
No. Okay, now, Mystico, the original Mystico, might work again. Might. WWE's not as hard as their American style as they used to be, especially when he was there. So that could maybe work.
Yes, I know that he botches more than the U.S. stock market.
That's also
but you could have
Kimiko.
anyone wrestle under that.
That's two different people you
I know
showed.
it probably would never happen, but I would be absolutely fine if Sin Cara returned to WWE in some shape or form. Samoa Joe. Joe's run in WWE was kind of a mixed bag. His
What do you
run in
mean? He was literally challenging for the title like every single other pay-per-view.
NXT was pretty good, but his run on the main roster was hit and miss.
And he had a lot of
It
great
didn't help
matches.
Either that Joe kept getting hit with injuries during his WWE career.
Did get injured a lot.
However, now with some time away, I think seeing Joe get one more run in WWE would be great. All right.
It'd be cool.
The number one wrestler who needs to return to WWE is Vince McMahon. Okay, I'm kidding. The actual number one wrestler who
I
needs
knew
to
you're
return
kidding.
to WWE is Dean Ambrose. Now Ambrose.
Oh, it's the thumbnail of the video. I mean, I'd like it. I would like it. I'm sure people would immediately say every single type of Shield thing is garbage, but if he came back, but wow.
Jon Moxley is doing wonderful things in AEW. I don't see him leaving the company anytime soon. But at some point, he needs to come back to WWE. The company has changed a lot since he left in 2019, with new stars, a new direction, and just a different vibe altogether. While seeing just Ambrose in WWE again would be epic, the reason he gets the number one spot is because of the Shield. They are one of the greatest factions in wrestling history, and made WWE enjoyable during a very dull time. We have to see the Shield together one more time before all three men retire, and I feel confident that we will. Something we weren't
I don't need
able
that.
to see is what's under the ring.
Okay, that's the end of the video. That video fucking sucked. I can't wait to read these. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler should have been one of those guys.